Have you ever found yourself standing at your kitchen counter, holding a loaf of bread, and pausing? Maybe you wondered, can I really still eat this? That hesitation, especially for older adults or those managing diabetes, is all too familiar. Bread, once a daily comfort, now seems like a food to fear, something we're told to avoid if we want to stay healthy. But what if that story isn't entirely true? What if the right kinds of bread could actually help you maintain steady blood sugar, support your digestion, and bring back some of the joy of eating that you thought you'd lost? Today, we'll explore 5 surprisingly sweet and familiar breads, easy to find in almost any American grocery store, that can be healthy options for diabetic seniors. Along the way, we'll also uncover which popular breads to avoid, even if they seem harmless at first glance. Let's start by rethinking what bread means in our lives. Bread is more than just food. It's tradition, comfort, and, for many of us, memories of family meals and simple pleasures. When managing diabetes, it can feel like you have to give up those comforts. But what if, with the right knowledge, you could bring bread back to your table with confidence and joy? Let's take that first bite together. Our first bread isn't just a trendy health food. It's rooted in tradition and offers unique benefits for aging bodies. Sprouted grain bread may look a little different from the pillowy white loaves you remember, but its dense, hearty texture is a sign of its strength. This bread is made from whole grains that have been soaked until they begin to sprout. That simple act of sprouting transforms the grain, unlocking nutrients and making it easier to digest. Most importantly for seniors and those with diabetes, sprouted grain bread has a lower glycemic index than standard bread, meaning it's less likely to cause a rapid spike in blood sugar. But the benefits go deeper. Sprouting increases the availability of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, giving your body more of what it needs. The high fiber and protein content help keep you full, preventing those mid-morning crashes or afternoon cravings that can come with blood sugar swings. Imagine starting your day with a slice of sprouted grain bread, maybe toasted and topped with almond butter and cinnamon, or served with a poached egg and a sprinkle of sea salt. These aren't sacrifices. They're nourishing rituals that honor both your body and your memories. Many seniors have shared that discovering sprouted grain bread was like finding a lost piece of their lives, the freedom to eat bread again without guilt or worry, and the pleasure of looking forward to breakfast. It's a small change, but it can bring back a sense of comfort and control. Next, let's talk about a bread that's humble but incredibly powerful: oat bread. Oats have long been a staple in American kitchens, found in everything from breakfast bowls to cookies. When baked into bread, especially with whole grains and a touch of natural sweetness like molasses or honey, oat bread becomes a gentle, supportive food for seniors with diabetes. Why? Because oats are rich in beta-glucan, a special kind of soluble fiber that slows digestion and helps regulate blood sugar. For older adults whose bodies may not handle glucose as efficiently as they once did, this steady, slow release of energy is a real gift. Oat bread is also a source of magnesium, iron, and B vitamins, all of which support heart health, brain function, and metabolism. Many people find oat bread easier to digest than other types, and for those sensitive to gluten, oats are naturally gluten-free. Just be sure to check for certified gluten-free brands if you have celiac disease. The emotional warmth of oat bread is just as important as its health benefits. Its soft crumb and subtle sweetness can make you feel like you're wrapped in a blanket of memories. A slice of oat bread, toasted and topped with almond butter or served alongside a bowl of soup, is more than a snack. It's an act of self-care. If oat bread can offer so much, imagine what happens when you revisit a childhood favorite: cinnamon raisin bread. For many people, just the smell of cinnamon and raisins brings back memories of cozy kitchens, weekend breakfasts, and family gatherings. Unfortunately, cinnamon raisin bread is often the first thing diabetic seniors feel they must give up. But what if you could enjoy it again, safely? The secret is in the ingredients. Most store-bought cinnamon raisin breads are made with white flour and added sugars, but if you choose one made with whole wheat flour, you get a slow-digesting, fiber-rich option that's much kinder to your blood sugar. Cinnamon itself is a powerful spice with natural blood sugar-lowering properties. Research shows it can improve insulin sensitivity and slow the absorption of glucose. Raisins bring natural sweetness, fiber, and antioxidants, and when enjoyed in moderation, especially paired with a source of protein or healthy fat like almond butter or a slice of cheese, their sugars are released slowly into your bloodstream. Eating whole wheat cinnamon raisin bread isn't just about taste. It's about reclaiming joy and tradition, and proving to yourself that you don't have to choose between pleasure and health. Every bite can be a celebration of family, history, and the simple act of enjoying food again. Now let's move on to a classic that fills homes with the smell of comfort. Banana nut bread. For many seniors, banana bread is more than just a snack. It's a symbol of home, family, and love. Unfortunately, traditional banana bread recipes are loaded with sugar and white flour, making them a risky choice for those managing blood sugar. But with a few smart adjustments, banana nut bread can become a nutritious part of your routine. Try making or buying banana bread made with almond or oat flour instead of white flour. These alternatives are higher in fiber and protein, which helps slow digestion and stabilize blood sugar. Use just 1 or 2 ripe bananas for natural sweetness, and add crushed walnuts for healthy fats, magnesium, and omega-3s. Nutrients that fight inflammation and support insulin sensitivity. Cinnamon adds warmth and further helps with blood sugar control. The result is a moist, flavorful bread that's both comforting and supportive of your health goals. Banana nut bread, served slightly warm with a dollop of Greek yogurt or enjoyed with a cup of tea, can help restore the joy of baking, sharing, and savoring food. It's not about cheating or breaking rules, it's about making choices that honor your well-being and your history. One more familiar bread deserves special attention: sourdough. Sourdough is one of the oldest bread traditions, and for good reason. Its tangy aroma, chewy crust, and hearty crumb make it a staple at family tables. What's less known is that sourdough's unique fermentation process makes it a surprisingly good choice for those with diabetes. Unlike breads made with commercial yeast and refined flour, sourdough is created by fermenting flour and water with wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria. This slow fermentation breaks down much of the bread's starch and gluten, lowering its glycemic load and making it easier to digest. The result is a bread that's less likely to cause blood sugar spikes, and that can be friendlier to sensitive stomachs. Fermentation also produces prebiotics, fibers that help feed the healthy bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut is linked to better immunity, clearer thinking, and more balanced emotions. Sourdough's fermentation helps your body absorb minerals like magnesium, zinc, and iron, which are especially important for seniors. Enjoying sourdough bread, whether toasted with olive oil, paired with avocado, or served alongside a bowl of soup, is about more than taste. It's about honoring tradition while supporting your health. Of course, as we celebrate these better bread options, we can't ignore the breads that may quietly work against us. The bread aisle is full of choices, but not all breads are created equal, especially for those managing diabetes. White bread, for example, is made from highly processed flour, stripped of fiber and nutrients. It digests rapidly, causing blood sugar to spike and then crash, leaving you feeling tired and unsteady. Light breads, marketed as low-fat or low-calorie, often contain added starches, sugars, and emulsifiers that can worsen blood sugar control. Many flavored bakery breads, think honey-glazed, cinnamon crunch, or blueberry swirl, are more like pastries than bread, loaded with sugar and refined carbs, but lacking the fiber and protein your body needs. Even multi-grain breads aren't always what they seem. Unless the first ingredient is whole grain or 100% whole wheat, you may be getting little more than colored white bread. And breads with long lists of unrecognizable ingredients are usually more processed, less nutritious, and harder for your body to handle. The key is mindfulness, not fear. Read labels carefully, ask questions, and remember that the simplest breads, those made with whole grains, minimal sweeteners, and few additives, are often the best choices for your health. As we age, food becomes more than just fuel. It's a way of caring for ourselves, of honoring our past, and of finding pleasure in the present. Bread can be a part of that journey, if you choose wisely. By bringing sprouted grain, oat, whole wheat, cinnamon raisin, banana nut, and sourdough breads back to your table, you're embracing foods that support your body and spirit. Each of these breads is practical, familiar, and accessible. They're made with care, designed to work with your body rather than against it, and they respect the wisdom that comes with age. Mindful eating isn't about perfection. It's about noticing how you feel, listening to your body, and making choices that nourish you. Every slice of bread you choose with intention is a quiet act of self-respect. It says, "My health matters. My comfort matters. I deserve joy at my table." Aging doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It means rediscovering them with new knowledge and renewed confidence. So the next time you pick up a loaf of bread, remember, you have more options than you think. Bread can once again be a source of comfort, connection, and healing. Let's support one another as we rediscover what it means to eat well, age well, and live fully, one delicious slice at a time.